G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the west side of the map, playing the blue as the English, it is Beastyqt. And he is looking absolutely fine with that look at that, absolutely amazing. Jeez, that is so nice, that monument in the middle of the town center. That has got to be the Mongol monument. There's no two ways about it. Yeah, you can see the scouting falcon up the top there. He's got his arrow, he's firing out, he's looking awesome. And he's playing the English though, not playing the Mongols, but still got that very cool monument in the middle of that town center. So opening up with the English, you can see he's got 4 villagers on wood nice and early. Curious to see what way he goes with this, whether he looks for an early mill and potentially into an early wheelbarrow. You might think so with 2 villagers on gold. We'll have to tune in and see how he does. But over on the other side of the map, playing the Mongols in the color red, it is the one, the only, TheViper. And he is he's looking incredible. Recently, if you've seen too many Viper games, you will know that he is climbing. He's doing very well on the ladder, but he's actually getting in some practice at the moment. So one of the things that I'll give you guys the rundown on how the situation went. Okay, so N4C. A $100,000 Age of Empires 4 tournament happened. Viper was automatically qualified in because he won an S tier tournament. The only thing was that Genesis, which was the tournament that he won, was the first tournament, and it really was quite some time ago. So Viper, he was kind of on the back burner, wasn't doing a lot of practice, whereas everybody else was really practicing quite hard. So when Viper got to N4C in Berlin, I guess he was taken a little bit aback by how far people had really, mastered a lot of these civilizations. He spent most of his time grinding on the ladder, and he said that if I remember correctly, he said if he had his time again, he probably would have done a bit more focused practices. And that is exactly what he is doing right now. So he's playing up against Beastyqt. These guys at the moment just playing some games together. I figured why not? I should cast them. I should see how they're going because they are preparing for Golden League. If you're unfamiliar with Golden League, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can watch it. It's hosted by EGC TV, $125,000 tournament. It's coming up this weekend, and that's what these guys are preparing for. So there's a couple of different little different weekends that they've got in there. It's very, very cool. As an example, they've got them themed. So this weekend and next weekend is going to be the open battlefield theme, which means that players are going to be playing on an open battlefield. So that means Dry Arabia, that means Lipany, that means your high views. I don't know of any other maps that you could call open battlefield, so I suspect it would be that. Otherwise, I guess you could just call it like King of the Desert and just play on Arabia, which, to be honest, I really wouldn't mind. I could honestly play Arabia all day. But I don't think that's going to be the case. So we'll have to see how Viper looks to do today because he's already got the double pasture out. He's on the gold vein, and he's in a pretty good matchup. Honestly, I think that Viper would be very happy with this matchup if this is what was actually drafted against him. So Mongols are considered to be a pretty good civilization on open maps, just primarily because they're but they're able to get a lot of towers in around the base. A lot of movement can come in very freely, and it's difficult to wall them out. I mean, like if you wanted to stop the Mongols from being annoying on this map, can you imagine the struggle that you would have to go through for it? But once again, we see Beastyqt, before he even clicks up to the next age, look at this. This is absolute insanity that we are seeing out of these English players. They are pushing it really to the limits here. He is not even close to aging up at this point in time. He's playing against Mongols. Now, obviously, he's scouted out Viper. He has done a lot of scouting. He is looking, he's making sure that there's, I say that there's no towers around him, but obviously there's a sheep that just sits there idly by, just chilling out for the meantime. But, he's not really invested too much in that. He's picked up Wheelbarrow. No horticulture coming in just yet, because obviously that is a feudal age technology, so maybe you'll pick it up there. But despite clicking up at 4 minutes, still only has 2 villagers on the age up. Now that Khan going to be running past, manages to pick up the sheep that he did miss, and he spots out the Uvus, but he definitely wasn't too fussed about Viper potentially doing an outpost or a tower rush against him. So I don't know exactly what he was thinking, what he was up to, but I guess he just suspected, well, there's not really much that you can do against me. I can probably just, you know, put in some walls here. It's going to be a while before you get your arrow slits, and then even then I can probably move back towards this position. In fact, I'm playing English, so good luck to you. I did actually see people just pull villagers against, or as the English, and just kill the enemy villager. But here you can see Beastyqt actually fighting against Viper's Khan. He's like, hey man, get out of here. You can see the English villagers just teeing off towards that Khan. Look at that range right there. That was a nice shot. That's as far as a mangonel will shoot. That's 9 tiles of range right there. That is some impressive tiles. And Viper says, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm not going to bother fighting. 4 villagers now away on the council hall. And look at the age up times coming through from these players. Both players very, very passive in this. Obviously, Viper scouts out the council hall coming down and the timing on that. So he's going to know now, coming back once again to the gold mine, Viper going to have to head back. He's just being very pesky with his Khan. He wants to come back in, but he knows he shouldn't. He really knows he shouldn't. He needs to wait for his age up. Age up's going to come through. That'll give him a little bit more range. 6 tiles of range now. Immediately pops up that attack speed arrow, and you can see the villagers do have to retreat just because the Khan does a little bit more damage now. I think it does double the damage that it used to. It also attacks faster because of that attack speed arrow. But now Beastyqt going to be coming in. So Council Hall going to be the name of the game here. No Abbey of the Kings. But really, I mean, this is what it is all about. This is the new English meta that seems to be evolving that we've seen, and I think this is partly because of the changes that we are expecting for the English to come through. So getting a little bit wood in the early game means that it's easier for them to get that mill out first, get that wheelbarrow up quickly, and then use that to transition into more of a farm-based economy, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Now the longbow immediately comes out to respond to it. Now keep in mind, even if like some sort of early aggression did come in from Viper, Beasty would be able to hold that just with his villagers. So it's really not a threat for him to just really like play around in Age 1 for a bit and invest heavily in those resources. But we'll see what he's doing, whether he's going for... I would honestly love to see him click horticulture right now. Oh my god, I thought he did it for a second. I'm like, oh, you madman. I can't believe you're doing it. It is literally the fast horticulture build order that's coming out. I'm sitting here, I'm gonna watch Beastyqt right now because I'm so confident it's gonna come out. Actually, he might just be going fast castle. I think he's just going fast castle up against the Mongols, and I think this is something that we are seeing more and more in the meta, where players are realizing I can play age 2, but if I just go age 3, it's probably gonna be a lot easier for me, and that's exactly what Viper is doing. He's got 3 pastures down so far. You can see he's chopping a fair bit of wood. Gonna be dropping a stable now and dropping it down on his Uvu. So looks to potentially get out double lancers. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a very heavy lancer composition coming out from Viper. Obviously playing up against the Mongols, or rather playing as the Mongols. You want to have mobility on the map, obviously using your Khan, using your Yam network, but then at the same time going up against the English typically going to be an infantry-based composition, so you're going to be trying to work them down, but at the same time, Beasty, obviously he is going to be very happy to defend because he's playing as the English, and you can see he's almost there with the age up as well, so we'll be scouting out the Mongol base. Doesn't quite scout out the step redoubt, but he's going to be coming around the corner here, and will spot that one out. Knows how far Viper is away from that age up, and you can see Beasty, before 8 minutes, actually clicks up to the next age with a huge amount of farms back here. He is a very happy camper right now. But we'll see how he goes as he enters into the mid game. So obviously going to be up a little bit slower than his enemy. Viper, on the other hand, already got the stable down. He is immediately going to be making batches of 2 lancers. Hurrah, hurrah. They're going to be coming in. Khan also sitting here. Going to be looking to take out villagers. You can see the Khan focusing down villagers, just being pesky. He's up to 8 bow damage now with 7 range. Imagine, I think in Imperial he goes up even higher. It just gets ludicrous. And now the longbow's going to look to focus him down, but look at the damage that they do. He's got 300 health. He manages to take out a villager. Now Beasty going to actually have to pull villagers in this position just because the longbows just get completely... Like, this is... Yo, developers, can we have a chat about this? This is so stupid. How is this still a fucking thing? Like, honestly, can we actually have a chat about this? How is this still a thing? How is this not nerfed on the pup? Get this out of here. This is a support unit. It is not a solo raiding unit. It's so dumb. It is so freaking dumb. Oh, I can't believe Mongol just always get free villagers. Like, he's already picked up 1. He's going to get a second villager right here. Now he pops down the attack speed arrow. He's going to pick up like 75 villagers here. Age 3 now coming through for Beasty. It took him about 75 seconds to get up just because of the delay that happened here from the Khan single-handedly delaying the King's Palace. But now those raids coming in towards the north. Viper looking to do some damage around on this wood line. Not a lot of villagers there on that wood line, though, so probably going to be going for the gold mine. Makes a bit more sense. Spots out the double stable coming in, so going to be looking to try and match the units that are coming out from his enemy. Viper going to be careful there. Is Khan almost losing losing his life there, but now looking to hit that back gold mine. He sees that there are no villagers on that gold mine. Instead, now 10 villagers. Jeez, these guys are moving around. These guys have got mobility out the wazoo. Speaking of mobility, textiles still not through yet. Bit of an expensive upgrade, actually. I just realized Delhi get that for free, and that is an expensive upgrade. And it actually just costs, I think it's like 19 seconds for Delhi. Dude, I should be getting that way more. But speaking of way more, you're gonna need way more health on these villagers if you want to try and survive those lances. They got a lot of damage right there. And Viper looking strong already. Khan going to be continuing to rotate out. Now looking to add in a market as well. So going to be doing a bit of market buying now. One of the other things that hasn't really been nerfed yet with the Mongols, and you know what, I'd probably be hesitant to say it at the moment, or not say it, but suggest it, would just be the step redoubt. So obviously, for anybody unfamiliar, the step redoubt actually takes every single dollar of gold that you mine, and it puts it in a Ponzi scheme, and then it gives you back $1.50. That's just how it works. And the best part is it always pays out. It is perfect. And so what players do is they mine, 10 gold here, they get 15 gold, and then they use that gold to buy wood or to buy food because it's actually cheaper for them to do it. And then that basically just makes it so Viper can just go around the map mining gold and buying his resources. So it's a very easy way to play the Mongols, but at the same time very effective. And now we see Viper behind this also picking up relics, so really looking to play out the game quite intentionally, quite methodically at this point. Just being very careful. He's got the Khan up towards the north. A little bit of a raid coming in here. Going to be chased away with the knights as well as the longbows coming out from his enemy. Falling back, we see an outpost in the center of the map. It looks like the scout's making it. That is not the case. Up towards the north, the wolf going to be finding out the shaman, looking to head towards that relic. He won't be able to convert it, though. As you guys know, the relic will be able to do a conversion or the shaman will be able to do a conversion with the relic. However, he will not be able to convert that little bitey infantry up towards the north. So manages to pick up that relic, so that's going to take him up to, I think he's on 1 relic so far. We'll have a look and see where he's at with regard, I take it back, he's on 2 relics so far. That's going to be his 3rd relic in the bag. You can see he's got 2 more down towards this position. Villager that was trying to build this outpost in the center gets completely destroyed. Oh, poor guy. Did you see that? It looked like he got hit by a bus right there. He got knocked the fuck down, dude. Whew. But now we can see him rounding the corner. No upgrades yet to come through. Wallalol under attack. You can see the knight actually going to be able to take it down. Unfortunate position there. Beastyqt manages to take that one out. Now, Beastyqt sits on the 2 town centers. So this is where it gets difficult for Viper because he really has to strike before his enemy builds up a decent economy. And now Beastyqt, if there's anyone who can do it, it's Beastyqt. He loses out a villager by the looks of it, just the one that goes down. He's sitting on 43 villagers at the moment. Viper on the other side, 42 villagers. So only 1 villager ahead of his enemy. Now, keep in mind, Beastyqt lost 1 villager here, a 2nd villager on the wood line, a 3rd villager there on the mill. I don't know how many other villagers he's lost. Might have lost 1 or 2 up on the gold mine when we weren't looking. So always be keeping that in mind. But now the Khan coming out, just going to be helping out here. We'll check in with the blacksmith and see how many upgrades they've got. It's just going to be the +2 that he's looking for on the ranged armor. So it makes a lot of sense in this position. Going up against the English. But these players obviously playing their hearts out at the moment. You guys, as I mentioned before, these guys are preparing for Golden League. So Golden League, $125,000 on the line in that tournament. So they want to make sure they get in all their practice. So Viper doing the right thing. He actually just says, you know what? I'll let you keep the knight. I'll take the wolf. That's Viper, I'm going to be honest, that is the worst trade deal in history. Okay, maybe not the worst trade deal in history, but it's definitely not a good trade deal. I would be heading back to the drawing board. Oh, never mind. Khan finds it. Khan finds it. Khan comes back through. He's like, you know what? I got the trade of the lifetime for you, my friend. But interestingly, I love how players are putting down their outposts in the stealth forest. Isn't that so cool? Both players doing the exact same thing. So you've got Beastyqt who does it here. Viper with absolutely no clue about it. You can see he's actually walking to the stealth forest. Still got no clue at this point. All the units are going to spot this out ahead of time. But, yeah, Viper absolutely clueless. You can see the outpost there. And at the same time, it spots out all of these units. Now, we take a look over from Viper's perspective. He's about to get one up himself in the stealth forest. And look at that. Now it provides a huge amount of line of sight and the YAM network for his units as well. So they're going to be moving at 1.87 movement speed. Super fast. You can see these guys actually catching up over on the right-hand side of the flank. But Khan got to be careful. Khan got to be careful. Khan got to wake up, my friend. Asleep at the wheel. Got to murder the sheep as well. No, not Sally. No, not Sally. Sally, oh, both Sally and her sister go down. Absolute terrible damage right there for Viper. He is not going to be a happy shepherd after that one. He is a shepherd without sheep, and that is a mistake, but it looks like the wolf just going to come in and just going to hang out. Oh, the wolf getting aggroed onto the villager. Viper in trouble, He's lost his Khan. He's lost his 2 wolves, or rather his 2 villagers, but now a single wolf goes down, and that knight ran into a bit of a... Hey man, look, there was a party going on in that forest. You were not invited, knight. Now make your way patiently, or make your way politely back to your base, all right? Walls now going to be coming up on this south side as well. Beautiful little walls. And in fact, I just want to remark on how nice these little forests are as well for this. So he can actually wall these up with using barely any wood at all. So very nice there. Outpost going to be going down, and you can see this military mass beginning to build. Still no crossbows coming through for Beasty at this point, and I feel like crossbows probably would be quite effective in this position, just considering that your enemy has made 100% lances at this point, and they look to only be making lances. So is Viper just going to go for the full lancer build? But look at Viper. He's just surrounding his enemy with mass outposts, and the idea is that he's providing a ring of yam network around this. We'll do a little bit of a stock take. I want to see, Viper adds a second town center. Oh, he's got a brain the size of a watermelon. How does he do this? 61 villages. You want to know how he does it? He buys the wood with his gold from the steppe redoubt. That's how he does it. I don't know if I like it. I'll be honest. I don't know if I like it. But, I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing. And players obviously abusing it right now. So he's sitting on 62 villages. Over on the other side, we've got 62 villages for Beastyqt as well. So both players sitting on the exact same amount. Obviously, the villagers for Beasty worth a little bit more because they're on these farms. These farms are gathering faster. They're cheaper as well. Not that that really matters that they're cheaper, but they do gather faster. And now also going to be looking to get horticulture as well. So he's going to be really pulling in the food. But yeah, my main concern right now is that there doesn't seem... Beasty's got nice walls on the flanks. Doesn't really seem walled in on the front. No crossbows either. I would love to see that out of him. He's kind of like... He's very open at the moment, and obviously a mangonel could be very effective against this. When it gets to the late game, I'm curious who wins between the knights with the attack speed from the Network of Citadels upgrade and the knights from... Viper, who have just got the improved biology. So basically, I think they get an extra 15%. I want to say extra 15% health. Actually, you know what? We can probably go check here. So biology is 20%. Improved biology is 30%. Okay, there you go. So they get an extra 10% health. So what's worth more? An extra 10% health, which is a fair bit when you think about it. Percent at the end of the day. It's going to stack up on top of those stock static boosts. And I guess, the huge attack now coming in. Knights looking to clean up here. No upgrades on these Knights. Looks like +1 going to be coming through. Viper with a huge amount, 21 Lancers. Compared to the Knights of his enemy, he's only sitting on 11. Longbows on the back are just going to get completely cleaned up here. Keep in mind, he's got the double range upgrade here as well. No crossbows coming out whatsoever for Beastyqt. He's going to get cleaned up completely in this position. Mangonel also going to be coming out to really complement this mass. And now we enter into that little bit of a difficult spot that I was talking about, where you've got no walls in this. I would have loved to have seen walls just come across here. Would have helped him out a huge bit. But yeah, he's going to have to fall back from this position, and that's exactly what he's doing. But now we enter into this difficult spot where you are behind on Lancer numbers significantly. Your enemy's got 16 Lancers. So all Viper needs to do right now is just make more Mangonels. And that's probably what he's going to be doing. We'll check and see. He's just making a huge amount. Let's have a look. More Mangonels on the way in. Also more Lancers coming in. So he is just pumping out units right now. This is the classic Mongol play. Keep in mind, he's got the 2 town centers as well. So he's just going absolutely ham. Beastyqt trying his best to hold on with his English strategy, but just not going to have a lot of luck as the Mangonel fires down towards that outpost. Villagers going to be heading back towards the town center, and Beastyqt definitely getting put in towards the corner. Now, for anybody wondering about these civilizations, Mongols a very favored civ in this matchup, but at the same time, the English, just a civilization that's not considered by many to be a strong civ, especially on open maps, especially on open maps. For whatever reason, they're just not good on open maps. No, they're not good on open maps because they excel in tight spaces. So, you know, they're not the only person, not the only civ to excel in tight spaces. I can think of a few right now, but we'll save those for another video, or at least for another website. But now it looks like it's going to be veteran longbows trying to to do some damage on the back line, managing to take out that Lancer. Lancer's on the front, though. Now we're in real trouble here because there's no... I genuinely don't know how you deal with this as the English. I mean, you could come out with crossbows or with spears, but you're just so far behind at this point. You can try and clean this up, but it's just going to be so difficult. The +2 going to be doing a huge amount of work here. The longbows trying their best to pierce through the armor, and you can see they're actually doing pretty effectively, but at the same time, they're just not doing as much as they should be doing, and you can see now Lance are going to get caught out of position. Mangonel going to be looking to fire. Beautiful splits coming in from Beasty. Only 3 units going down. A Springald going to be coming out. Another Mangonel. Beasty actually looking to hold. He needs a couple spears or something out. Mangonel shot coming through on the back line. Manages to hit the farms. He's got to be careful not to lose these farms. Mangonel now looking towards the stone mine, and he takes down 3 villagers down to about half health, and you hear those Mangonels firing off. Beasty actually holds. Beasty looking strong right now. How does he do it? Mangonel, it looks like it's going to get taken out before it fires upon his enemy. So well played from Beasty right there, able to stabilize in this position. My main concern is just a lack of walls coming through for him. Outpost now coming up. It looks like Springald emplacement is going to be coming through as well. No emplacement up towards the north, but is an emplacement there. So the longer we watch, I'm sure it will continue firing at these walls, potentially. But Viper behind this, I mean, he's sitting very comfortably. 4 relics at the moment. The 5th relic over in this position, so yet to be taken. But Viper could look to go imp soon. But look at the amount of production he is throwing down right now. He's going mass archer. Interesting play, Viper. Interesting play. So in this position, Viper's got obviously a few options open to him. He can go to Imp. Honestly, I would probably just be going Imp for elite Lancers. I don't think you can lose in that position. It's going to take too long for the English player to move out. You've already got Mangonels out as well, so it's really going to help you against that. Actually, I say that. It's 1 Mangonel, 1 Traction Trebuchet. Look how slow they move when you group them together. That's the silliest thing. But I guess that's how it works, isn't it? Keep going to be looking steadfast in this position, holding on. We see boiling oil coming in. The main issue is I like the keep. I just don't really like the position of the keep. I feel like it's very easy to ignore this keep. And now we see those villagers getting taken down once again. Villager count, 81 for Beastyqt, 93 for the Viper. He's also got those 4 relics. He's also got some sacred sites under his name as well. 1 up towards this northern position. Still hasn't taken this one in the middle, and obviously hasn't taken this one down to the south either. But still manages to hold on. Now we see that Traction Trebuchet beginning to unfold upon his enemy. And Lancers moving in on the villager lines once again. Woodline's not looking pretty. They've evacuated them all, but now all the farms are going to be going down. No walls for Beastyqt. And this is a rarity. Beastyqt, normally the guy who will never do the no wall challenge. He loves to wall. That is his thing. That is his middle name. I actually looked at his passport. It had Beasty Walls a lot. Like, that was his name. Middle name Walls, last name a lot. First name Beasty. Beastyqt actually was his first name. But you guys get what I mean, right? Whenever you watch Beastyqt play, you see walls out the wazoo. And here we've got walls. They're very cute, but they're minimal. There's no big walls coming through. And maybe this is just his thinking on a map like this where, you know, it's open and he doesn't want to wall up. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like it just would have helped him out so much. Mangonel managing to survive. Beasty looking to hold on in this position, but I feel like he's 1 push away from death just with those massive... oh my god, look at the archer numbers that are building up. Imperial now coming through for Viper. So, going to be going for the White Stupa. The White Stupa indeed it is. Listen to that music. Oh, that music is building hard. Khan got to be careful. Khan got to be careful. He's slowly but steadily going down. That keep also going to be going down as well. But look at the gold coming through for Viper right now. He's just so happy to do this. We'll check the market rates and see what he's running at the moment. So, not a lot of food. Honestly, hasn't actually been buying anything. What the heck is going on? Viper's just been stacking up his gold, keeping it for a rainy day. Maybe looking to invest in some jewelry. Who knows? Maybe he's probably a little bit old school. Now, Beasty obviously going to be sitting on the receiving end of this. 80 villagers for him, 104 for Viper. So he's up by 24 villagers at this point. Still the lack of walls is going to be the big call out in my position that I feel like we need to address. It's definitely the elephant in the room for Beasty in his position. So hopefully he works out his game and says, you know what, I tried to do the no wall challenge, at least, you know, in the mid game, it didn't work. I reckon we can adjust it. And I think he can, honestly. If he sits behind his walls with Springald outposts, he should be okay. I mean, I say that, but then we see Traction Trebuchets and how strong they are. Imperial Age now reached for Viper. And Beasty going to be looking to fall back. Obviously, he knows his enemy's up in the Imperial Edge. The push coming in, and Beasty actually just taps out. He says, you know what? I'm not interested in playing anymore. I don't think I can do it. You're up in the Imperial Age. You're just going to go get the upgrades, and I'm going to lose. So a good game. Well played. Fellas, I'm going to leave links in the description to both of these guys. Make sure you go check them out. Check out the Golden League as well. It'll be happening this weekend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for the custard.